not going to listen to this prostitute that had a child and was a junkie. You're darn right I am, because that was my example. I only really had one super bad thing happen to me in the streets of New York, and that was that when I was 13, this man, they're in the corner, they're a bunch of Puerto Ricans, all they do is whistle at girls when they go by and make really nasty remarks and comment. And I felt that he really violated my rights because he always would go to me, oh, you need to buy a bra, you need to get this, you need to do that, you need to get a bra. And I says, and I was as flat as a board. Now, if you tell me that now, well, I got the boomba boombas going on now a little bit, but not back then. So one day I got up, and I was in a really bad mood. And my mom goes, Lil, go to the village and get yourself some orange Julius, or go get some pizza and grape soda because, you are getting on my nerves. I said, okay, Mom, I'll do that. So I went. I was on my way to the village, and it was early, so I figured this man is not going to be out there, right? Well, he was out there with his buddies, and they're just like, playing cards, playing dominoes, whatever. So I was sort of calm, and I says, well, if this man comes up to me, well, I'm going to tell him, where he can go, right? So he comes up to me, and he pulls money out of his pocket, and he says, well, here, little girl, so you can buy yourself a bra. So I just lost it, and I put one hand on my hips, and when I do that, please beware, because what's going to come out of my mouth, you're not going to like it. So I have one hand on his chest. I mean, I could have made a hold on his chest. I was so, so into just, pushing his chest, And I go, you know what you can do with that money that you just pulled out? You can go buy your mother a bra, because she needs it more than I did. Oh my God. This man, he turned as white as a sheet, but I guarantee you something, after that, he never, ever, ever bothered me again. When he saw me, ooh, Satan is coming, in black and white, So that's one of the things in life, that you have to love, honor, and really trust in yourself, because nobody else is going to do it. Nobody else is going to fight your battles for you. I never told my mom about it because my freedom meant so much to me. I definitely did not want to lose that. So I wanted to make sure that I kept my freedom. But my mom did find out, and she was cool with it and everything. So going back to my story in Puerto Rico. Oh no. Okay. So at that point, my dad leaves. So I'm there with my mother, 4 kids, and myself. Now, when my dad was gone, I would help my mom pay bills, go grocery shopping, I would do the works, because freedom doesn't come cheap. At the age of 5 years old, because I wanted different clothes, oops, there it goes, I would have to work for it, and that's at 5 years old. There's not many 5-year-olds that work in this lifetime, And so I went and I did what I had to do. So my mom and I are left there. So she says, oh, Lil, school's going to start. I go, yay, civilization, here I come. Not. Okay. Talking about being in the middle of Timbuktu, that's exactly where I was. You had to walk 2 miles to get to a town that did not have a school, and then 3 miles the other way that you can have a high school. So that's where I went. I went to high school there. To go to school, you had to cross a bridge, okay? Now, in Tarzan, you know that if you cross a bridge, you can hold on, Well, this one was held with, wood, trunks of trees, and they were wrapped in, I don't know what, because I wasn't into that place. Then to go up the hill, it was clay. So when you come home from school and you want to get back home, you got to crawl like an animal in all fours. And your clothes, forget it, you might as well throw them away, because I'm not going to wear stained clothes, And everybody in that school made fun of those girls because, they were country. So then I was antisocial because I didn't want to talk to the country girls. And the city girls, forget it, I didn't want them to know where I was from. So that ended that dilemma. So now at this point, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? My mother, oh my God, bless her heart, she started sleepwalking because I really stressed her that much. So finally, I go, well, you know what? I have to do something for myself. I says, let me try going to church. Now, I raised myself Catholic. If anybody's Catholic here, I went through catechism, which is like Bible study. I did my first communion, that you look like a little bride. And then my confirmation name is Carmen. So I go, well, you know, every Sunday I used to iron my clothes and go to church. And church in New York are beautiful. I mean, it's like, and then every Sunday, my mom would take me to see my biological father. And I would tell her, Mom, can you drop me off at the cathedral? So I would go to the cathedral, go to church, and then my father would pick me up and all that, right? So I go, well, let me try that. So I did. So at church, man, I met this cute guy. He was so cute. He was hot. And I says, well, you know what? I am so involved in my life. It's so messed up. I says, forget it, right? So the only thing I really like to do was go eat guavas. Now, there's two things about guavas is, number one, if they're really ripe inside, they have worms. So I would go, bing, you know, get the worms. And then, of course, I would probably eat some of the worms, and that's fat-free protein. But a 90-pound-year-old doesn't have to worry about, you know, being fat, you know? So I would do that. And, but if you eat a lot of guavas, you get super constipated. So here you have a hormonal girl, like walking like this because, man, my stomach is all bloated, you know? All right, so that ends that one. Now, okay. So one day, right, I'm eating my guavas and I'm going home, blah, blah, blah. And this bull chases me. I mean, it's like, oh my God, so now I went up on a tree, you know? And I'm up there, and I'm cursing God because He is the number one man. I says, why did you do this to me? Why did you put me up here? Blah blah blah. I mean, it's like I'm cursing this bull because I'm so scared. I mean, I haven't been scared a lot of times in my life, but there I was petrified, you know. So I hear this voice that tells me, well, Lil, if you don't like it, do something about it. So I accept challenges in life. I go, oh, really? I says, I will. So that I go to my mom's, and I tell my mom, oh, man, Mom, look what happened. My mother's very spiritual, and she tells me, Lil, that was probably God talking to you. I says, oh, no, God is not talking to me, because right about now, He's really mad at me, you know. I just cursed Him out, you know. So I go to church the next day, and I'm looking around, you know, for the first time ever in this place. And I see this construction site. So I get closer to the closer to the sign, and it says, Centro Comunal abre en 2 semanas, which means that this community center was going to be open in 2 weeks. And you know what? I had a lot of 45s, and I had a lot of LP, and I'm throwing a dance. Now, I don't know how I'm doing this, right? So I go to church, and I'm taking my little communion, and I'm kneeling down, you know. And all of a sudden, I tell God, you know, if that was you yesterday, you need to help me with this plan. So I'm going out of church, and the light comes on, and I'm home. It's me, you know. And it tells me, well, go to the parents. So besides having a wicked tongue that I had, I also had a silver tongue. For adults, for some reason, they would listen to me. So I told the lady, look, I need a bag or an envelope. I need a pen or a pencil. And I need something to write on. I says, and I need money because I'm going to change these girls. I'm going to make these girls, you know, up to par. And you're going to help me. So, you know that I went to 10 different girls. All parents helped me, you know. So I started my mission. So I went Monday. I told my mom, I says, I'm going to school after school. I'm going to buy all these tools. And I did. I got blow dryers. I got makeup. I mean, some of these girls were so beautiful. So I go, well, now it's time to work on that little boy, you know. So I go, well, there's 3 things I like about a guy. I like him to be a good dresser. I like him to smell good. And I definitely like him to be really suave. Well, in any country in the world, you know what that spells? Trouble. Those are the bad boys. Those are, you know, the ones with the wandering eyes, you know. Okay. So I tell my friend, hey, take me to this guy. I said, okay. And I'm bold, you know. I says, hey, look, I like you. I